Hey you guys, the Commander Casual here. I'm playing my Maelstrom Wanderer Primal Surge deck. We're playing against Tymna the Weaver and Sidar Kondo deck. I'm assuming this is going to be some kind of like specific combo or strategy deck. Um, but that running Sidar with Tymna is really strong because you can get in on two people usually without letting them block because of Sidar's ability, and then you get to draw extra cards because of Tymna. So it's probably going to be some kind of combo-y deck that might play more to Sidar's ability of having low power creatures, but we'll see. Playing against the Ur-Dragon, which I'm sure is Dragon Tribal, has the potential to be something else or some kind of like other interesting combo with a bunch of other creatures that, and you run the conspiracy style cards that turn other creatures into dragons, but we'll see. And then Varolz, the Scar Striped, which is kind of a, I'm assuming he's going to be like a plus one counter deck. This guy mulliganed down to one card and kept it, so I don't really know what's going on, but we'll see, I guess. We had a mulligan down to six cards in hand, which I wasn't too thrilled about, but we'll survive. I'd rather like mulligan into like a functional hand than try and keep something that isn't. So just because it has an extra card in it. Mulliganing isn't a trap. Although if you have a half decent hand, I wouldn't throw it away just because of the chance he screwed something else. Non-creature spells cost one more. That's annoying. Actually, we got a lot of creatures. Our hand is full creatures. Never mind. It's not annoying yet. We also don't have any instants or sorcerers in here other than Primal Surge, so it's probably going to be more of a hindrance to everyone else but us. But I think this guy's probably running kind of a little dude's deck then with Sidar and Tymna. If they've got cards like Thalia, it's probably really creature heavy as well. Yes, we got another land. I'm almost. I'm almost tempted to copy this just to slow these guys down so hard. But is that a waste? Do we want to copy the Greaves maybe? Nah, we'll just tap out for now. Sorry guys. Enjoying my tiny break between exams and my next semester. It's nice, kind of. I intended to spend a lot of time just sitting around or laying around doing nothing, but ended up making tons of plans. So I only got a bit of time in the morning to record some videos. Is he gonna attack? Probably, because he wants to draw a card. Who's he attacking? Or a dragon player? Yeah, and you get to draw a card. Oh, I should close this. Sorry. It's sad because I feel like we won't really get to see much out of this Varolz deck, and he's kind of an interesting dude, so I would have liked to see something out of that. But I think we're just gonna play Oracle here and hope there's a land on top of our library. Nope, that's okay. Actually, I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. There, that's good. Oh, he's still not attacking us. I thought he might have attacked us with a Thalia here, just to pressure us because we have an Oracle, but clearly he has no problem with us, unless he has to, so. Yeah, he's drawing two extra cards though. He's probably looking for a green source more than anything. Didn't he already play a land this turn though? Skurstag High Priest. Maybe he's playing a human tribal deck. I don't know. That could just be coincidental that or something I'm reading into rather, just because there's a lot of humans here. But Scarce Deck High Priest is cool. Dramoka. No, he's not attacking us. Oh, he does have lifelink. That's kind of gross. Can't cast spells during your turn. Okay, well, that's not a huge thing for us. Because we don't have a ton of cards with flash in here, and we have no instants, so. Still, though, that Dramoka's a big body. That's kind of scary. I hope we've got at least a land on top underneath that Green Warden. We want to ramp as much as we can, so. Could copy the Tymna, I guess, with Phyrexian Metamorph, and then attack um, 2 people and draw 2 cards. Oh no, with the Phyrexian Metamorph wouldn't have haste, so we get to attack at least 1 person and draw a card. There's the Forest, and there's the Coiling Oracle. So we got 5. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just thinking. It's like there's kind of no wrong answer right now. I think I'm gonna clone the Tymna. We'll attack, I guess, this guy with the Oracle. Draw the Coiling Oracle, and we can play it. I just want to ramp as fast as I can into Maelstrom Wanderer, so I think that's what we're gonna do, because that'll let us draw more cards, possibly ramp off the Coiling Oracle or draw a card. And then we can also hopefully play something off the top of our library with Oracle of Moldiah. I will say yes and draw a card. Blue green, play the Coiling Oracle. Oh no! Well, that's okay. We got deeper into our library, so I'm still okay with that, I guess. We've also got more dudes to attack with now, and hopefully draw more cards with, so we don't have the Sidar to combo with our dudes, but is he still oh, okay, he got his green source. I was like, is he still digging for one? This guy's playing all these Kamigawa lands. They're kind of cool. And an isolated chapel, but that's just fixing. I do really like Dragonlord Dramoka. It's just such a like value card. It's also really interesting in green white because you don't get a whole lot of flyers in green white. I mean, there's like the 2 Sigardas, yeah, but that's kind of a niche group, and those are both angels. It's cool to see a dragon. Roka's followers forsake blood ties so that they may join a greater family. Aw, aw. He's got Sidar down. I was gonna say, did this Varolz player concede? But he didn't. He's just sitting. I'm really surprised because I assumed he was just gonna mulligan. Like a lot of times when people mulligan down past like 5, they just mulligan all the way to 1, and then concede right away, which I really don't like. Um, but this guy mulligan down to 1 kept. But ouch. He really didn't like us attacking him. And they're both flyers, so we could conscript Jamoka this turn. Attack this guy for a whole bunch. That appeals because we gain some life back by doing that. Oh, really? Well, do we Solemn then and try and get more? Oh, but we're looking at another 10 damage next turn. Maybe. That's pretty brutal. The least value I've ever gotten off a Oracle of Moldiah. Sorry, Oracle of Moldiah. Just because there's no cards on top of our library. Thing is, if we get our conscripts down, we can get our. How much mana do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just want to make sure he's off Ur Dragon. Because if he gets Ur Dragon, that's going to be a lot of damage. I'm thinking about Jealous Conscripting right now, taking the Dromoka, hitting him with it, drawing a bunch of cards. Because I might throw something at him. I guess it's got the Permeating Mass, but um, ah, this is a pain. If I get the Zealous Conscripts down, next turn if I have another land, I can get Progenitor Mimic, copying it every turn. So, and that's good. It's not necessarily amazing though. Nah, it's kind of a tough call. Let's go to post combat. And these guys will just block. So attack this guy, draw this champion, see if we can get more lands underneath. Yeah, we'll pay 1 and draw a card. There's a Blighted Woodland. And an island. Sweet. So we have 7 mana now. We could copy Dramoka. This Progenitor Mimic's kind of wasted on copying a legendary, though, because you don't really get the token value. I mean, I guess I could copy like Coiling Oracle to try and get extra draws and stuff, but so 7 mana, right? Sorry, I'm being really indecisive. I'm just thinking a lot. Maybe we just play the champion and the Solemn. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. It's unfortunate if we have to take another 10 this turn, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Yes, we're gonna use Solemn's ability. We'll go get a Mountain. And champion gets a counter. The champion will also let us get in for more damage with, or just with general with our creatures, which will give us more value off the Tymna. So what is it? Yeah, creatures power less than champion Lamholds can't block them. Yeah. And then whenever I play a creature, it gets a counter. Well, it's nice that this guy's kind of like, I think we have kind of an unspoken alliance, this guy and I, because he could have just attacked me with the High Priest there. He doesn't really have any value in keeping it up. Oh no, he can tap itself. No, he can't. He has to tap two other creatures. Yeah, so he could have easily just attacked me there, but he also might want to leave it up as a blocker with the clamp on it. But yeah, regardless, he hasn't spurned me yet, so. Oh, cool. Captain of the Watch. Yeah, so I think it's just like a hardcore value deck with the little munchkin cards going for the 2/2s. Although Thalia's been upgraded to a 3/2, but there's another land for this guy. He's got all his green-white lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does Eminence work on himself? Other dragon spells, okay. And he costs 9. So he's a turn or two off of Dragon, depending on if he has like a ritual kind of effect or something. Thematic Compass, which he's going to use. Yeah, he just wants to tutor up land so he can get his Dragon out. The Lightning Greaves makes it really scary. So maybe we just Maelstrom Wanderer next turn and try and hit like our Acidic Slime or a Rex Sage. Yeah, he's just beating on us now. Well, it was a calculated risk, but we can smash this guy for a ton of damage next turn, so. And then maybe just die to it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll think. We can take the Dromoka with the conscripts if we need to. That's kind of a delayed turn, though. Maybe we just Wanderer and attack. Progenitor mimicking the Captain of the Watch would be awesome. Because we just continue to get captains. But we definitely have Maelstrom Wanderer next turn. So. Yeah, so we have 8 mana right now. We'll have 9 next turn, possibly 10 if we get another land off the top. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have 10 mana because I can tap this for black because of the Urborg. Hmm. Oh man, if we had 11, we could do the Progenitor Mimic and Zealous Conscripts thing and take 2 things, but I don't know. Progenitor mimicking the captain seems really good, but I want some lifelink, but I really don't want to copy the Dromoka. So I think we're gonna Maelstrom Wander and see what we get. So first Cascade trigger. Yeah, we get that Elvish Visionary. Well, I mean, we knew that we would get that. Oh, an Acidic Slime. Awesome. Okay, so we can destroy the Lightning Greaves here, and then next turn we can Zealous Conscripts and Progenitor Mimic and take both of them and smash this guy in the face. If all things go as planned. We want to get rid of the Spires, maybe? Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, damn, he's got the Scion next turn. Hmm. Maybe we just get rid of a land. What color is he missing? I think yeah, let's just blow up the Spires. It's worth more right now. Because we could also die to. Well, I guess if we blow out the Lightning Greaves, he can't Scion and hit us next turn, but I think the Spires is more value overall, because regardless, he doesn't get Scion next turn now, and he also can't Maze of Ithos, so. And now we get a Maelstrom Wanderer. Our champion gets another counter. Creatures with power less than it can't be blocked. Can't block creatures you control. Okay. So we'll probably send like the Oracle at this guy and the Visionary at this guy just to draw cards and attack this guy with everything else. Just to, spite him. Some big damage he's looking at. Even if it's a bunch of little dudes. I don't know, the more cards we can draw, the better, right? Just going after Grubby. That guy, Grubby, Grubby, that guy, Grubby. Okay. Because, I mean, these guys have flying anyway, so I can't block any of them. And I want to do as little damage to these other guys as possible. Sorry, guys. Other than Grubby. Just wanna draw cards. Nice, nice. Well spoken, written, typed, me. I think they'll understand that. I'm doing 1 damage to each of those guys. So I gained 2, pay 3. Yeah, so we're looking at taking another 10 here. That's not awesome, but that might be how this goes. Yes, I can't just play anything for 2. Primordial Sage and Soul of the Harvest. That's hilarious. What is this song? It's not high enough energy. I'm just gonna tap out because I'm a little lazy, and there's nothing we can play, right? Or activate. No, because this is 3. Okay. Yeah, we got discard cards. I'll get rid of the guild gates. We can get anything back with the Green Warden. I don't think I need both these guys. I guess the Rashmi, because it'll be slower, and we don't have time. That's the thing. How is that? 9, so 2 more. Get rid of the Sage because we have a Soul. Um, so the Thassa's not doing much for us. What's our devotion? 1, 2. Yeah, we'll get rid of Thassa. Thassa's great, but if it's just going to be a 3-drop enchantment that lets us scry 1, it's not going to do a whole lot for us. I mean, yeah, I know we can pay the activated ability, but still. Green Warden can let us get anything back. I like the Progenitor Mimic possibility of comboing with the Conscripts or Muldrifter or Prime Speaker even. And then just Prime Speaker's just too good on its own to ignore. He's just attacking me to draw a card. That's okay. I'll allow it. The scary thing about this is even if we kill this dragon player, um, this guy can still like hit me for like unblockable, which is pretty spooky. And that's what's shaping up to happen right now. Hmm. Yeah, how am I gonna deal with that? Because there's some way I can take Jamura, or sorry, Sidar Kondo of Jamura, but Like if I had some kind of way to sacrifice it, that'd be awesome, but I don't. Hmm. Must postulate something. He's gonna skull clamp the Thalia. Evolutionary Leap. So he's gonna sack the Thalia, I assume. Oh, I could conscripts mimic because this just lets me take control of a permanent, right? Can control target permanent. Okay. But he can probably replay it again. Hmm. I could conscripts and take Sidar, progenitor mimic, copy the zealous conscripts, take the evolutionary leap, sacrifice Sidar to the evolutionary leap, probably after attacking. And then he'd have to replay it before he could attack. But I think he still has enough on board to kill me then. Because I've got 15. This guy will probably lash out at me in vengeance, so I'll just have 5 health left. Ugh, that's frustrating. Come on, Primal Surge. Come on. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Things aren't looking great for us. That's okay. We'll figure it out. The other alternative would be to take and sack Captain of the Watch, because then it just reduces his power on board. It kind of hinges on what this guy does. Because I think if he just attacks us outright here, which is likely, um, yes, he only has 8 mana here, so he can't play his Ur Dragon. Crux of Fate. Okay, that changes things. Yeah, so I think we just have to play. Oh, I guess we could still play these two as a combo, but we don't have anything good to. Can only take the Dramoka. And he's gonna have his Ur Dragon next turn, I'm sure, because he's just gonna get a land. This is now interesting. Maybe our next card is Primal Surge. Maybe we draw the Primal Surge and finally get to Surge off. You never know. This guy's just watching. Is he seriously not drawing a land? That's brutal. I mean, he's still here. He's still committed. Oh, we don't get to play 2 lands now, unfortunately. I mean, it's nice that he let us know, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Okay, so do we just want to... We're dead next turn. Even if we conscripts and mimic. Hmm. Hmm. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hmm. Like, do we just Maelstrom Wanderer and try and go for something, or what? Actually, no. There's a way we survive. Okay, because Muldrifter can block. So do we conscripts the Dramoka, attack with Dramoka, gain the life, Muldrifter, draw some cards to block, and sorry, draw some cards and have a blocker. It sucks, but I think we have to do that. I'm gonna Mull Drifter first to see if we draw into anything we can actually use. I would be super stoked if we drew a Primal Surge here, because we just have to survive another turn then. Nope. We don't have enough mana to kick Thicket Elemental. Oh, I should have left the Evolving Wilds up and sacked it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I think we Conscripts here. Yeah. I was thinking if we Green Wardened for something, but we could have taken the Metamorph and copied the Dromoka, I suppose. That might have been smarter. That's okay. We can still do that next turn. Oh, we're under attack by the Ur Dragon next turn, aren't we? Yeah, that's not great. That's okay. We're going out with a bang. Actually, does he have the mana? Does he have the right fixing for it? I think so, unfortunately. I mean, I'm assuming all the creatures in his deck are going to be flyers, so keeping back the conscripts isn't going to save me. Pretty confident we're dead, though. Because Dragon's hurt, and there's just been no removal this game. I mean, not that we've played any either, but our deck has very little removal in it. This guy just very... As soon as we attacked this guy for like a little bit of damage, he like very specifically started going for us. So, and that hurts. Yeah, he's obviously got green, white, and then he's got black, red or blue, and then red or blue. So he definitely has, because he can go black, green, white, red, blue, and then the other four for this. I'm just assuming he's going to play a land. He might not be able to. If he can't, then we're okay. Ah, I just saw the line. It was the one I was talking about earlier, too. That was really dumb of me. I could have conscripts, taken Dromoka, attack with Dromoka, gain the 5, progenitor mimicked. Oh, wait, no. I only had 11 mana, right? Okay, I only had 11. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore. But if I had one more mana, what I could have done was conscripts, progenitor mimic on the conscripts. So the original conscripts would target Dromoka. I'd take Dromoka. The progenitor mimic would target the evolutionary leap, like I was talking about doing earlier with Sidar Kondo. So I'd taken the Dromoka, attacked with Dromoka, done the 5, gained 5, and then sacked Dromoka to evolutionary leap. But our survival winches on this guy playing a land for the most part. Because if he just attacks us, we survive. Unless he's got hard removal. He can always blow up the Mull Drifter and then attack us. We're dead for a lot of reasons on this dragon player's turn, but we might live. I was gonna say that this guy was acting all vindictively when he really started targeting me when I started attacking him, but not only is he justified in retaliating to my attacks. Oh, yeah, that's game. So he didn't get a land, but he did get that. So we're dead. Is he just gonna attack us with everything here? Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately we're dead, but he's totally justified in attacking me. And I'm also playing Maelstrom Wanderer, which is a pretty scary commander to a lot of people, as it should be. So he's pretty justified in his response. But let's beef up these guys' boards a little. If before you say anything in the comments, this is as far as I can move this down. It won't let me move it anymore. It'll let me move it up, but not down. See? Click, drag, click, drag. Anyway. So this guy's also probably got Dragon with haste next turn. I also, yeah, because he had the Greaves, he could have just played, even without Kolagon. If he'd played any dragon and hasted it, I would have died. So, any dragon with power 5 or greater, which is almost all of them. Actually, there's a decent amount of them with 4 power, but I think it's fair to concede that a lot of dragons have power 5 or greater. Honestly, I think the reason that this deck is really good is just because of the Eminence ability more than anything. Just getting these gigantic monsters down a turn earlier is really strong. Merciless Eviction on the dragons. Or on creatures, rather. Let me just look. There we go. The reprint of Merciless Eviction that came with the newer Commander products doesn't have the flavor text on it. It makes me super sad. My brother and I were comparing that the other day. It's like this has been Oracle texted. The original Merciless Eviction from the Ravnica set isn't nearly as concise as this. It doesn't say choose one and then have all the different modes like that. It's worded a lot less concisely, but it does have the flavor text. And then the new one is worded concisely but has the flavor text. It makes me sad. I don't think it has the Obsidat watermark in the back either. Or the Orzhov watermark, I should say. Once saw the Obsidat move to action. Since that day, I've been thankful that they are mainly lazy and dead. It's Aurelia to Gideon. Mentor the Meek. Good card. This guy's just still doing what he does. I mean, he lived longer than I did, that's for sure. Actually, it's pretty rare that I die first. I'd like to think that most of the time I make it to the final two. Consecrated Sphinx. The master, or not the masterpiece. What are these ones called from Amonkhet? You know what I mean. Special one. Sorry, yawning. I can attack? No? Fine. Wouldn't want to take 3. Be pretty spooky. I guess I put him to a more vulnerable life total, and he doesn't have a life linker, so, well, not anymore. He's not liable to gain much of that life back. He probably had this Consecrated Sphinx in his hand for a while and only just drew an island. So he had 2. Actually, no, he'd have 2 blue sources before that with the Confluence. So never mind. And Consecrated Sphinx is a good card. Just such raw card advantage. Like a 4/6 flying guy is already really strong. And then 4/6 flying for 6 is fine. But then with the ability, he's absolutely ridiculous. Because even through like a turn cycle in multiplayer, that's 6 cards. You don't want a collusion. Switch your library card and put that card into your hand. Shuffle your library. Is he gonna buy it back? I don't think so. Oh, big yawns. I wonder if he's just getting some kind of removal. He could easily grab like a, if he's running like a Rafa God or Jade Judgment or something and just blow up the board. Wouldn't entirely be against him to do that because he'd get to draw 2 cards. I wish I could. Um, I wish like if you lost the game early, you could. I don't know. What I was gonna say is that you can't interact with the chat, but could see everybody's hands and everything like that. I mean, it'd make it really easy for me to just message one of these guys and tell them something about the rest of the game. But yeah, you got an Angerstein making. Does he have a path now or Doomblade? No. Sword of the Animist. Um, what was I saying? I already forgot. Well, that's fine. It's fine. I was thinking about other stuff. I was thinking about doing a token deck with Sidar, Kondo, and something else, and some other partner that gives you access to more colors. And then just creating tons of like really little tokens, and then getting it for some mass damage. Sidar already gives you the like main token, mass token production colors anyway, so Kiora, Crashing Wave, +1 until your next turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent opponent controls. So he chose that one on Mentor. Um, get -1 draw a card. You can play an additional land this turn, and -5 you get an emblem with the beginning of your end step. Create a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token. That's pretty good. So you can turn something into a fog bank for the turn. Oh, sorry, for the next turn cycle, I should say. You can explore, or you get her emblem ability. Kiora has some serious value. I think I have the other Kiora in paper, not the dual deck one. Excuse me, the Zendikar one. It just lets you like untap stuff. It's fine. I like this Kiora that this guy just played better, but has he been discarding cards every turn? This is looking like a very budget deck. Yeah, this is looking very much like a budget deck. Attrition. That probably means your Consecrated Sphinx is dead, duder. Because sacking the Mentor lets them draw 2 cards as well. Hmm. I want to build a sack theme deck. I've never done that before, actually. Never in MTGO and never on paper. Or in paper, rather. I'll run cards like Perilous Forays and Attrition. I think I'd at least make it like a black-green deck, but I don't know if I want to include other colors. Depends. Is there any black-green legendaries that generate tokens on their own? That'd be really convenient. Oh, so he's just gonna straight up sack this guy to draw some cards again then? I feel like I probably would have attritioned the Dramoka. Because this is a tribal, one of the tribal dudes. So, and he's gonna, even if he attacks alone, he becomes a 7/7, and that's a pretty big amount of damage. Unless he's got like a 2-drop white thing here he can play, or 3-drop rather. Oh, he does. Attended Knight, and he can sack the little soldier dude he gets with it. Yeah. Attended Knight is an interesting card. It's not great, but Jiro, interesting. Just seeing if I missed anything in that guy's graveyard. Alright, dude. You gonna play your big Scion or what? Arcane Sanctum. So his fixing issues are very much gone. I mean, not that he really seemed to have much of them, but I want this Kiora now. Maybe even for this deck. Gives us an opportunity to draw a card and ramp, and also just control the board a little bit more. You should never really measure planeswalkers in their final ability unless you're playing like the planeswalker deck, because that's the only time you can actually like reliably resolve them. You should really like look at planeswalkers for their like first two or first three abilities if they have 4 total or 5 total, I guess. But because these are the ones you're actually going to get like value out of. So and that Kiora is pretty good. Because if there's somebody trying to like do a Voltron style thing with some really beefed out commander, you can just make it do nothing. Or you can just, you can turn one of your own things into a fog bank essentially, which is pretty awesome. Karthus is really cool. Before Ur Dragon was a thing, I used to have a Karthus deck. You can do it to permanents, not just creatures. Would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent and opponent controls. Opponent controls. Okay, so you can't turn your own things into a fog bank. My mistake. If you commented that already, well then, that's awkward, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm looking at my only master. Is it masterwork or masterpiece? The Kaladesh stuff, the artifacts that are all the special like promo foils or whatever. I got a sword of body in mind. Arguably the worst of the swords, but still really cool because I don't have any other swords in paper other than this one now. And the art on it looks really cool. So I'm pretty happy with it. Having a masterwork collection of all the swords in paper would be super cool. I don't actually love the look of the masterworks in MTGO, but in paper I think they look really, really cool. See how they Thalia. The Heretic Cathar. This guy's just swearing. playing Temple of the False God. Oh, did you did you draw it? That must be painful to look at. This could take forever. Um, if you drew Temple of the False God, for those that don't know, you can't. It taps for 2 neutral mana. It's a land, but you can only tap it if you control 5 or more lands. No, I only drew the forest this game. I mean, he's got access to black too, but just verified that I was actually running 34 lands. 34 is way too low for me. I usually run 37 lands in all my decks. Sometimes there's exceptions, but that's only usually based if there's some kind of like strategy revolving the lands in the deck. Like I have like a budget Borborygmos deck that was my first MTGO deck that cost me like $6 total, and it's actually like pretty playable, which is awesome. And that deck's like quite literally half lands. I think 50 of it is lands, but that's because you want as many lands as possible in your deck when you're playing Borborygmos, because it's just more things to throw at people when you discard them. Yeah, whatever. Try to build a deck where you don't draw land in a dozen draws. I mean, yeah, fair enough. He has drawn a bunch of cards. Like, he probably should have drawn one by now. Glint Sleeve Siphoner. You get to Phyrexian Arena with energy. He didn't Imperial Seal for that, did he? That's weird. If he did, I mean. What is this? Oh, it's an ad on Spotify. Why you gotta do this to me? Okay, he austere commanded both the things. This Kiara is gonna like resolve here pretty quick, or get her -5 off. Oh, this guy could just use it for the straight value and just start using her -1 ability, draw extra cards and play extra lands. Tamir Ascendancy, pretty good card. So all his dragons have haste now, and every time he plays a power 4 or greater creature gets to draw a card. I use 33 to 35 in all my decks. Yeah, that seems way too low to me. I'm fine most of the time. Yeah, that's just, I don't know, that's low to me. I don't know. I'm very much like, I'm definitely more like of a big mana player. I run between 21 and 52 in my commander builds and end up with same openers. 21 is very low. It ain't Q, it's online. I don't know what he means by that. Overwhelming Splendor. Did you just cast this on this guy? This is kind of a weird card to have in this deck. I mean, it's good, but... And he has... Yeah, so maybe it's like slightly a human deck? I don't know. All these dudes are going to be super weak now, though. Because even if they're humans, they're just going to be a 2/2. They lose all their attacks, too, right? Lose all abilities on base power, toughness 1/1. And he can't activate attrition or evolutionary leap now. Or the Equipocos. Overwhelming Splendor is a pretty dominating card. You just don't see a ton of play for it because you can only use it on one person. Man, this has been a pretty interesting game. Well, now you effed me up big time with that enchant. I'm assuming that's what he said. And PS, I'm running 12 cards with multiple mana costs. I've drawn 7 of those. What do you mean multiple mana costs? Patterns aren't random. What's this guy saying? I know patterns aren't random, but like by definition. But randomness can look like a pattern, especially when you have control, somewhat control over the content of your deck. Like if he's calling it a pattern that he's not drawing lands, that's he had an effect on that in that he just ran less lands, right? So he's less likely to draw a land. Because you got to realize, like, just think about it statistically, right? Like if he's running 34, you said he's running 34 lands? So he's played a forest, so he's got 33 left in his deck, theoretically. So 33 of 85 is, it's not a third, but his land count when his deck is all 100 cards, actually all 99 rather, he has like just over a third of those cards are lands. So whenever he draws a card, provided he hasn't drawn a single card or his opening hand from his deck, the best odds he has to draw a land is like 1 in 3. So opening hand, that probably gives him about two lands because he draws 7 cards, and then maybe a third. I mean, obviously you can have a handful of 7 lands or a handful of no lands, right? But statistically, he's likely to have two lands in his opening hand. If we're just talking about percentages and statistics, right? Um, I like starting with hands that are more like 3 lands. So I usually run a little bit more lands because I just like they're really important in Commander because it's such a late game format compared to other ones that like you really need to hit those bombs on the upper end of your curve because they're so devastating. But that's also why this format's really fun to me is that you get to play these ridiculous cards like Overwhelming Splendor. And he's getting Krakens now, right? Yeah. But got me pinned down pretty much, GG. Don't concede, dude. It's not over yet. If he didn't play that, I was gonna res all my graveyard with haste. But does he have a Rise of the Dark Realms or something? With haste. How would he give him haste? I don't know. This has very much been a 3-player game. Kalia. It's a cool card. Expensive card. Yeah, he's gonna get a Silumgar. He's only doing 11 here, but he gains control of all this guy's artifacts now. Just gonna beef him up that much harder. And then he gets a Kraken on his end step. Ooh, that's cool art. Big ol' squiddy octopus thing. Oh, it's not an octopus. That's more than 8 legs just in the art, but it's a Kraken, I guess, technically. Dang it, if I had one more turn. It's a land. Anyway, I like running slightly higher lands just because it gives you. I also run a lot of ramp cards usually in my deck that like search out basic lands, so like it helps filter your deck naturally, especially if you're running like fetch lands and stuff like that too. I mean, I don't run a lot of fetch lands because they're expensive and I don't want to spend the money on them, but um, keep in mind that if you play like an Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic Expanse and crack it, you've now reduced the number of lands available to you by 2 instead of just 1 by playing that because it always goes into my final land count. So 37 of my lands Two of them are just about always Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds, unless I'm playing like a monocolored deck. So then every time I play that, I can thin my deck a little bit more. And I run, if I'm running green at all, I just about always run Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, and Explosive Vegetation as a minimum for like my ramp package. I usually run more than that. Like I'll often run like a Boundless Realms and an Hour of Promise as well. Uh, and you got to realize that each time you cast one of those spells, not only are you accelerating your own board by putting more lands on board, you're also reducing the land count left in your deck. So you're improving your odds to draw non-lands. So that's one of the reasons that I love ramp so much, and I have a hard time not playing ramp in a lot of my decks, is just because it seems so high value to me because of multiple factors. It's not just because next turn you get to play bigger spells. It's because next turn you get to play bigger spells. For the rest of the game, you get to play progressively bigger spells as if you were a turn or two turns or three turns ahead. And at the same time, it reduces the amount of dead draws you'll have later in the game because you're thinning out your deck of lands. Like one of that, what's like resolving a Boundless Realms to me, which is the one that lets you search for basic lands equal to the number of lands you control, is amazing because you thin your deck by so much because you get so many lands with it. Hey, sorry guys. That's the game. Let's see what his hand is. Yeah, so he's definitely running a budget deck. That's fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like if you liked the video. I guess dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment based on anything that I talked about. I guess if you want. Please check out my channel if you want to see more videos that I have up. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. And thanks for watching, guys.